River Museum and Aquarium in Dubuque, Iowa. And as you can expect, since we are an aquarium, we do a lot of different animal programs. We have about 40 animal ambassadors now that travel all over the state with me. So we do a lot of reptiles, so that's going to be turtles, snakes, lizards. We also have a big collection of invertebrates, so things like cockroaches, beetles, tarantulas, scorpions, the creepy crawlies, and then our big new one is the sharks. So the shark thing is actually a mobile aquarium that we roll right into your building. There is a fair amount of setup, but we do actually bring them into you. It's not something that you have to come out into our van or anything like that. So we're super excited to start that program in a couple months. Today I brought an example of some of our smaller animal ambassadors. Some people might call them creepy crawlies. No. And our animals typically are a mixture of touch and no touch, so there is a possibility for your kids to come up and actually touch and feel and have that up-close experience with one of our animals. So to start with, we are going to start with things that do not have a spine. So what I want you to do is take one of your hands, and I want you to feel your backbone. So the animals that we are going to talk about first do not have a backbone. So does anyone have an idea of what we might be talking about? An octopus. An octopus is a great example of an invertebrate, absolutely. Any other examples? A jellyfish, yeah, so you're sticking to the aquatics. I need a volunteer though. There we go, the insects. So I need a volunteer. Somebody who's brave and doesn't mind looking a little bit silly in front of everyone. Okay, come on up. Perfect. So we are going to turn you into our very first animal. So, we mentioned insects. So can anyone tell me one thing an insect might have on their body to help them survive? So how are we going to turn our friend into an insect? What else does she need? Antenna. Very good. So would you like to put on your antenna? So those antennas, our animals are going to use to actually feel around their environment so that they can get an idea of what their habitat is like. What else does our insect do? Wings. Many of our insects have wings. They're child size. So we'll just there we go. We got our wings. Yep. The invertebrate. Many of them have wings. Not all of them, but many of them do. And what do they use those wings for? Flying. Yeah. So many of our insects can fly. What else? There's 3 more things that every invertebrate needs.
I need more legs.
If you are a true insect, you need 6 legs. So, I have 2 additional legs for you because we have 2 arms, 2 legs. Perfect. And I want you to look super closely at your toes. What does she have on her toes? A tongue. Why would our insect want a tongue on her toes? They can actually taste and gather different pollens with their feet. So that's a very important part of their body. We need 2 more things. One of them is pretty obvious. Eyeballs, yes. Insects have very different eyes. Excellent. Oh, looks so different. Yep, and then the last thing every invertebrate needs is one that we often forget. A mouthpiece. Because invertebrates don't have teeth like us. Many of them actually slurp their meal up like a straw or a milkshake. Perfect. So normally I don't have them. There we go. So now we have our awesome insect. And the first live animal that you're going to meet is a true insect. So you're going to see some of these awesome adaptations on the live animal. And I'll walk around quick so you can see all of those things up close. Let's give our volunteer a big round of applause. Now our very first animal is one that gets a bad rap. And if you're nervous, that's okay. to be able to eat things. Now I know that a lot of people, when they hear roach, they think they are nasty, gross, spread all sorts of diseases. Yep. However, these guys are detritivores, which is a big word to say they like to eat dead plants. So they are nothing that we need to worry about at all. They're not harmful to us. These particular roaches, I said, were Madagascar hissing cockroaches. So that tells us a couple of things about this animal. Where would this animal live?
Madagascar.
In Madagascar, yep. And why do you think it has the name hissing cockroach? Because it hisses. So this roach actually has several different vocalizations that allows it to communicate with other roaches or potential threats. So these guys actually have their own language, just like you or I. Now they don't have the same mouth parts that we have. So what they do to make those noises is they take a very deep breath and then they squeeze it out of their spirit. So that's a little hole kind of at the side of their head. The air just comes out and that's what causes them to hiss. But you can see when you get up close, they're actually quite adorable and that's not easy. No, I'm not selling that. I think they're pretty adorable and they're not nearly as creepy as everyone thinks when they first hear a roach. Now, what kind of animals might eat a roach for dinner? Birds. Birds. These are the base of the food chain. So even if they're not your favorite, one of your favorite animals probably eats them for dinner. So birds, that's absolutely one example. What else? Lemurs. Lemurs, some mammals will, absolutely. There we go. Today though, I brought a reptile that likes to eat invertebrates for dinner. So I'm going to get it out, and again, if any of you are nervous about reptiles, you simply go like this, and that tells me you need a little extra space. It is not a snake. That's the first question I get all the time. Some people really don't like snakes. She's very friendly. She is a type of lizard. She's what we call a blue-tongued skate. And she gets her name because if you keep a very close eye on her tongue, when she sticks it out, it's actually blue in color. This animal is found in a different location than that first animal that we met today. She is actually from Australia. And as you're looking at her, she does kind of have a snake-like appearance because she mimics one of the most venomous animals in the world. So she likes to play pretend. So what she does is when she's nervous, she will actually puff up her face so that she appears a little bit bigger and a little bit more scary. And she will hiss like the death adder, which is a venomous snake found in Australia where this lizard calls home. And what she's doing right now, she's wiggling around a little bit because she's starting to get warm from my hands and from the lights overhead. So she gets her body temperature from her environment. Now, I will have her for all day over at my booth if you want to come sneak a touch later on. She actually feels like a basketball. Most reptiles do. They're actually not that scary, and they have an important job. Just like our roaches have an important job, her job is to help make sure there's not too many bugs, because too many bugs can cause problems with the habitat health. So even if an animal makes us nervous, chances are they actually are helping us out by keeping that habitat healthy. So I'm going to put her away. I think most of our animals are pretty good. Yeah. Now she has eaten a lizard. Lizards have one very special adaptation that I want to talk about really quick. So for this activity, I need 2 volunteers. I promise it is super easy. Perfect. 1 and 2. So we are going to turn one of you into a lizard, and one of you into something that would like to eat a lizard for lunch. So why don't we have you be our lizard, and you'll be our hawk. We haven't talked about birds very much. So hawks, they're opportunistic predators. They're going to eat whatever they can catch. Okay? So I'm going to whisper directions to my two volunteers, and they're going to help me act some of them out. Now our lizard needs a tail. So you're going to hold your tail just like this, okay? Okay. So, our hawk here is very, very hungry. She did not eat breakfast. She is ready to start her day. So she's going to be perched in a tree, looking around for something good to eat when she finds a lizard. So how is our hawk going to try and catch that lizard? She's going to grab it with her talons, and she's going to have to fly towards it. So our hawk needs to fly towards our lizard and try and catch her. So go for it. Perfect. Lizard, what happened?
I dropped my tail.
You dropped your tail. Hawk, did you get anything to eat?
Just a tail.
Just a tail. So our hawk got a little something. It's kind of like going to McDonald's for one French fry, though. Not a whole meal. But our hawk got a little something, and our lizard actually survived. She got away. And one of the coolest things about lizards is they can actually regrow their tail. So the skink or some of the salamanders that we have here in Iowa, if they get caught by a predator, they can actually drop that tail, regrow it, and be good as new. So thank you very much. You can go have a seat. I appreciate it. So like I said, my name is Jennifer. I work with the River Museum and Aquarium. We do all sorts of interactive animal programs. That's our kind of tried and true. We do, like I said, reptiles, invertebrates, and our big new thing is going to be those sharks. I do have little brochures and rack cards and my business cards back at my table, as well as a few other